How's it going, all you beautiful people out there in the Wolf Pack? Chris here, back with Timberwolf Tactical, and I'm back with more videos. I'm gonna try and be dropping more content here soon, but let's get into this today's video. I hope you guys are staying safe, staying tactical, and let's get into it. So, what are we getting into today? So, today we're getting into the Ruger 1022, the most famous 22 out there. I mean, I know you got your Marlins and your Rossies and everything, but I love 1022s. These things are so much fun that you can go planking all day long and just have a blast. And they are extremely super reliable. And I just, threw a scope on top of here, and I think it's a Weaver scope, but still it does just fine. That these things are so common and just so much fun, and I want to try and you know do some kind of do a couple things with this, but it does come with a, which I don't know where it is right now, but it does come with a 10 round rotary magazine, and I do have a couple of BX 25 round mags. I got them duct taped together, but you know, it it does look kind of cool if you ask me. But you know, this there's some chunky boys, but I mean, you do have 25 rounds, better than the 10 rounders. But this, what I love about 1022s is that because they're so popular and just customizable, that you can literally do anything, make it look like anything you want to, and they are just so much fun. And I absolutely love these things. That I haven't had a single issue. That I've had a few 22s in my life, and this is one of them. But just, it's so smooth, and oh, there we go. Scope's kind of in the way, but just, it is so much fun, to just go planking with one of these. And honestly, I love it. The trigger's not bad, but I mean, it's just a 22, but still, it's so much fun, and they are incredibly reasonably priced. That I believe this was, I want to say 250, maybe 3, but still, I think, yeah, with the scope and everything, it was about 3 or so, maybe 350, somewhere around there. But just especially if you want to get kids into shooting, and or even anyone that's never shot a gun before, that you always want to start small and work your way up. That you can't start big and work your way down. It don't work that way. But especially teaching kids, teaching people that's never shot before, stuff like that, that it is a extremely good starter, and extremely fun. That ammunition is cheap, so you're not going to be shelling out a whole bunch of money to just go shoot, and it is just so much fun. I absolutely love this thing, and I love on just all the things you can do with a Ruger 1022. Now, you do have your Marlins and your Rossies, and I love those too. I really do. And where they normally, like, I believe it's the Marlins that have the two fed magazines. And don't get me wrong, I like those too, but I love the rotary box magazines with the 1022s, and especially the BX 25 round mags. That is just so much fun, and extremely cheap. Very, very nice option, especially if you want to do some hunting and stuff like that. Squirrels, rabbit, it's extremely easy. But I do want to get a different barrel for this, and so that way I can get a threaded, attach a can to it, and just, they are so much fun suppressed, so much fun. But I absolutely love this thing, and I just love all the things that you can do with a 1022. But and it's not a bad rifle, like lengthwise, that, and it's not that heavy even with the scope, but I absolutely love 1022s, and they are extremely great for hunting and just plinking around and just having a blast. But I just wanted to show you guys, this thing's been in my collection for a little while now, and I still got to get it zeroed in. I'm pretty close, but I still got to just make some minor adjustments. But I do want to get a different barrel so I can get it threaded and throw a little hush puppy on there. But it's just extremely fun, well, reasonably priced, that it's not all that expensive, and ammunition's not all that expensive neither. But these things are so much fun that you want to get your kids involved, people that are new to shooting or even hunting, stuff like that, that this thing is very, very versatile and not that hard to disassemble, to clean, and it's just a great starter slash, just planking around rifle, or, just want to hunt some squirrels or some rabbits, stuff like that. It's very, very nice and a very viable option. But, hunt some small game, and I absolutely love it. And you can get all sorts of different, this is just the, standard synthetic, stock that came with it. You can get all sorts of different stocks, different barrels, receivers, triggers, you can even get chassis to make it look like anything you want to. Literally just lift the receiver and barrel, and you're good to go. All you gotta do is drop them in, and I've been looking at them. They're actually not that bad price wise neither. So I just love 1022s, that they are so awesome and extremely reasonably priced. That I try to stay towards the budget side of the firearm world, because not all of us have money, but we do love guns. But I absolutely love this thing, and I love the paddle release for the magazine. That it's so intuitive, ambidextrous either way, and even the safety, cross bolt safety right here, that it's extremely nice. And you even have right here, you have a lever, so you can bring your bolt back and hit this lever right here, let go, and you can have your bolt hold open. But even though I don't hate it, but I don't like it. But it just, because I just feel like it's a three-handed affair. But I mean, it is a nice option to have, so that way you can have your bolt open, action clear. But I love this thing, and honestly, a great starter, for either kids, or if you're interested in guns but not really wanting to drop a whole bunch of money into it, or at least just get started. That this is a great viable option. And you can use this for all kinds of things, small game hunting, planking around, just whatever fits your fancy. But I think I've been rambling on about this a little too long, but but it is a great viable option, reasonably priced, and I think you guys will have a lot of fun with it. But drop a like, drop a comment, please subscribe, it helps me out, and I hope you guys are staying safe, staying tactical, and I'll see you in the next one.